we'll give them da'wah. They wanna know what a Muslim does, we'll give them da'wah. When they wanna hate on our deen, we'll give them da'wah. Who's the one and only? Nobody but Allah.
Let me break it down right now for you. See da'wah is a call to you. It's an invitation to change your life. Calling you to see the truth. Back in the day I was living a lie.
Go on.
Okay, by the belief, I suppose it would be a bit more of a nihilistic belief, the belief that there is not any...
Do you know what the word belief means first?
Sorry?
So we know what we're talking about. Do you know what belief means?
Well, what's your definition of...
No, the question for you.
I don't.
So when you use the word belief, how do you understand it?
I don't understand what you mean by what you mean by belief.
Okay, when you said I don't believe this, I don't believe that, if I had a belief, how do you understand the word belief?
Well,
it's very important to understand this.
I try to evade beliefs and I try to focus more on what is actually true, given the fact that
no.
there's a divergence between what is true and what is a belief.
No, but okay, that's what I'm saying to you. How do you understand the term belief?
I feel like you want me to give you a specific answer.
I don't care what you say.
I don't know. That's
it's what you're using the word. So I want to know how you understand the words you're using.
I'm not using the word. I just simply said to you that I...
What do you think the word belief means?
To think something may quite possibly be true.
Right. Do you know the word? The word in the dictionary is convinced, trust, faith. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So the word belief doesn't necessarily need to be religious.
Okay.
Yeah, you can believe United are going to win the Premiership this season, or you can believe United are going to do the Scousers this afternoon. You can believe that.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. I'm convinced by it. I don't believe Liverpool have the best defence in the world. I hope Carriers plays. This could be an example.
Okay.
So this is my belief. Nothing to do with religion.
Okay.
My belief.
I believe it won't rain tomorrow.
3-0.
Great example.
Well, go on.
I believe it won't rain tomorrow.
Yeah, but then the question would be, why don't you believe it's going to rain? Then you need reason to support your belief.
Well, I don't exactly have a reason for that particular belief, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you need it.
I know I need it.
Because if you're convinced by something,
I'm not convinced by it. I was just giving an example.
Yeah, all right. But then this is what I'm saying to you.
Well, I guess I believe it won't rain tomorrow, given the fact that it's less likely to rain the following day when it's rained the previous day. So.
Now, and I could say I believe it's going to rain tomorrow.
How so?
Because I looked on the weather forecast and it tells me they've looked at the clouds and it's going to rain tomorrow.
Okay.
So that means now I have reason to support my belief, isn't it?
That's true, but I'm just wondering, what is the practicality of this conversation?
The practicality is when you use words, especially in Speaker's Corner, make sure you know what you're talking about, because you might think it means something when it doesn't. Now, when I asked you what's your belief and you said I don't have any religion, that tells me you don't understand certain words.
I understand what you mean.
That's all I say.
A bit Orwellian, isn't it? I know what the term Orwellian means.
Go on.
Well, essentially, it's the belief...
So I ask you, what's your worldview? For example, let's make it easy. Do you believe an uncaused cause caused the universe?
An uncaused cause?
Yes.
I don't know what you mean by that.
All right. Do you believe the universe was created or happened by itself?
I think it just happened by itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you believe it happened by itself?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe in this because I don't particularly know the specific scientific details behind it, but the reason why I believe in it is because some of the most credible individuals of whom are experts in these fields believe that to be the case, that the universe involved.
But then you have to understand there's a scientific model that they'll only deal with the natural.
I do need to understand scientific.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Go on.
Yeah.
What's your question?
My question? Oh, my question is, well, to you was...
Well, I wanted to know whether you were an atheist or not.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you deny God exists, or do you deny God exists, or you don't accept the evidence for God?
I just don't know, pure and simple.
So you don't deny God exists?
I don't deny it in that case.
Alhamdulillah. Well, carry on.
I don't deny it, and I don't accept it. It's pure and simple.
Well, no, if you don't deny it, then you don't accept it, do you, obviously?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But if you deny it, if you don't deny it, see...
No, I prefer to take the indifferent stance.
No, if you're not denying it, you're not making a claim. If you don't accept it, it's not a problem.
Okay.
If you deny it, it's a problem.
Okay, fair enough.
Because if you're denying it, you're making a claim, therefore you need to support that claim with evidence. If you're not accepting it, it's not a problem.
I understand.
Alhamdulillah. The evidence not come to you yet.
That's a philosophical question for you. How do you know we don't... If we're going to go by what is generally considered to be hell, in which case is eternal suffering, how do you know we don't live in hell already, given the fact the only way to subsist for life forms in this particular reality is to feed off the suffering of other life forms in order to survive or live comfortably?
What do you mean suffering?
Well, I'll put it this way. In order for life forms like us to subsist, we need to ensure that we can consume other organisms of sufficient biomass.
You use the word suffering. I don't understand suffering.
Well, one way or the other, slaughtering an animal to eat it does entail suffering, doesn't it?
Why is it suffering?
Sorry?
What do you mean suffering? I don't get it.
Pain.
Where's the pain?
Stress.
Where's the pain, stress?
it's suffered by the individual we're consuming, or the individual being we're
No.
consuming?
First thing, we have to understand the model you're using to slaughter the animal.
That's true.
The model you're using to rear the animal.
Yeah.
The model you're using to house the animal. The model you're using to transport the animal. Yeah, you can't just say because we eat animals it causes suffering.
I know, it is very.
See, we believe as
it's
Muslims.
arbitrary.
We believe as Muslims.
Yeah.
Our food has to be halal.
Okay.
And what does halal mean?
Doesn't it entail slaughtering?
No. Halal doesn't mean that. Halal means what's permissible for us.
Oh.
So, and now what makes that animal permissible for us? Well, first of all, it has to be kept in good conditions.
Okay.
It has to be fed well.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It cannot witness another animal be slaughtered. It cannot see the knife.
Okay.
And it needs to have a sharp knife straight across its throat.
Okay.
There's no suffering.
Okay.
That's the Islamic model.
Fair. But
Now, if you go outside of the Islamic model,
isn't that-
then I agree with you.
Okay, go on.
There's plenty of suffering.
you can agree there is a certain degree of sadism involved.
No.
No, I mean.
What do you mean sadism? No. What does sadism mean? That means you enjoy doing it.
Doesn't necessarily.
Why do you think when we slaughter the animal, we say Bismillah? Why do we say that?
I don't know. I don't know Islam at all.
All right. What does Bismillah means in the name of Allah?
Okay.
Yeah? Bismillah.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. We, as Muslims, I don't know if you're aware of this, we can't hunt animals for sport,
Oh, really? Okay.
right? We can't take pleasure in hunting animals to entertain ourselves.
Okay.
Okay? So we can't... Now, if they're pests, we can deal with the pest control.
Okay.
That isn't an issue. But we cannot take enjoyment and entertainment from hurting animals.
Okay.
All right? Therefore, even when the animal we eat, when we kill it, we say we're only killing this animal because you've said, and we're doing it in your name because you've allowed us to eat this animal. So how do you get this idea of sadism?
Well, the preferable.
It's like, hey, look, we've slashed another one. No, it's not like
simply
this.
Stating that the preferable alternative would be to survive and live comfortably without the death of other organisms.
No, but now you're chanting, right, so now you're...
Hypothetically, if it was possible.
So this is now a vegetarian argument again. Okay,
No,
fine.
it wasn't a vegetarian
No,
argument.
it's becoming that.
No, it wasn't at all. Because how do we know? How do we know plants don't have the capacity to survive?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I see potatoes, yeah, if you leave them in a cupboard for a while, yeah, they try to grow.
Yeah.
They start getting roots.
Yeah.
It means they're alive.
Exactly.
All right? Just because you can't observe that it's pain, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Well, we don't know as a species.
I mean, have you watched that Sausage Party movie?
Yes, I
It's
have.
very, very bad. But just for example, a potato, when it tries to grow, it means it's alive.
Yeah.
You've got a living organism.
Yeah.
All right. So now what you're saying is, we don't eat anything.
No, I'm not suggesting we eat nothing. I'm just simply trying to create the argument as to whether or not we are actually living in hell itself, given the fact that the only way we can live comfortably is through the consumption of other living organisms, which,
Right.
as you can imagine, does entail some degree of pain.
No.
organism itself.
I just give you the method of slaughter in Islam.
Yes,
There is
you
no
did,
pain.
But doesn't slaughtering the neck entail some pain?
No. Straight through its throat. No. You don't feel pain.
I'd imagine-
I'll tell you why you don't feel
I'd
pain.
imagine the damn thing would feel pain.
No, of course not. Why not? Because, look, what happens when you lose blood pressure? You faint.
Yeah.
All right. So when you slash the main artery in an animal's throat, yeah, the drop in blood pressure is so they faint. There is no pain. So, like I said to you, if your model of slaughtering animals is other than Islam, you have a fantastic point. But if you're talking about, I'm a Muslim, mate,
Fair
yeah,
enough.
and we're told how this is why we believe what we have is from the Creator, because He tells us how to slaughter an animal in the least painful way possible. Not just that, take care of it.
Okay.
Do you get me?
I get what you mean. No, seriously, I completely get where you're coming from. It's just I'm suggesting the preferable alternative would be to live in a universe that does not involve the killing of
You don't need
animals.
to eat.
Yeah, I suppose, but I do actually genuinely enjoy.
Do you enjoy eating?
I do.
There you go, and
I'm
what's
a
the
binge
problem?
eater.
What?
I'm a binge eater.
Yeah, I enjoy eating.
Yeah.
The one thing, alhamdulillah, when I became a Muslim, I didn't have to give up was food. Huh? Because I've got a sweet tooth, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, alhamdulillah, the one thing I'd have to give up was food, because I'd give it up if I had to. If I had to stop eating.
I wouldn't give up.
If, for example, to become a Muslim, I had to stop having donuts, I'd stop having donuts. No.
You wouldn't.
But my point is this, you see. When you become a Muslim, you don't do it for enjoyment, right?
Yeah.
You don't do it because you like it.
Okay.
You do it because it's truth. And if part of
What
that...
do you think is true?
No, the reason you do it is for truth, yeah, for me.
Yeah.
All right. Now, whatever that entails, it entails. Yeah? So if I have to give up certain things as a Muslim, I have to give them up.
Yeah.
Yeah? So that's why when you become a Muslim, it's not because, I want to do it to gratify myself. I want to do it for pleasure. No flipping that. I believe this is the reality. All right? Yeah? Now, here's the amazing thing, yeah? Do you know there's 5 things destroying society today?
Tell me.
Drugs,
Agreed.
alcohol.
Somewhat disagree.
Well, NHS virtually collapsed over December because of drinking. Accident and emergency, full of drunks, full of victims of drunks. So please don't. The NHS, the nurses are complaining about all the beds are full of drunks and everything on the weekend. Forget Christmas, Friday and Saturday nights.
Okay, fair.
Okay, go to the city and watch all the homeless people all drinking.
No, I believe you.
Victims of alcohol. Victims, okay. So if you want to deny alcohol isn't a poison with society, I guarantee you, yeah?
Okay,
if alcohol was invented today, it'll be banned tomorrow.
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Alhamdulillah. So going by what I said, 3 things so far: drugs, alcohol, gambling, sexual immorality.
Depends what you mean by sexual immorality.
Basically, when I say sexual immorality, for me, moral sex is with the wife.
Okay.
Or your husband.
Okay.
It's not free sex. It's not sex with this girl here and sex with this girl here.
I don't personally think that's destroying society.
You don't think a society is stronger when you have cohesive families?
Well, isn't the cohesive...
You think a society is good with STDs everywhere, unwanted pregnancies, abortion rates, single gym slip mums? You think that's a good society?
I never said that. I simply said...
No, I said to you, a coherent society, a good society, is where when you have sex with a woman or a man, it's because they're your life partner, inshallah. Not because it's just to get your end away on a weekend. Through the consequences.
Look, I can understand the negative consequences.
And I'll tell you why I say that. I'll tell you why I said that, just very quickly. Because when I was 17, I worked in Zakynthos. And when I was 21, I worked in Falaraki. Okay. Yeah? 3.5 months in Zakynthos. I could only last 6 weeks in Falaraki. I had to get out of there. The hedonism was at another level. And I watched the alcohol and sexual immorality. I'd seen guys having to fly back home to have AIDS tests. Oh. Right? No, I'm saying to you. So I'm talking to you, poisons within a society. And sexual morality is one of them. Because what? Okay,
don't get me wrong. I can understand where you're coming from. The negative consequences of sexual.
No, I'm going to go deeper. Okay, sexual immorality. What does it cause? It causes affairs. What do affairs cause? Broken homes. What do broken homes cause? Children from broken homes.
But what if you never get married in the first place?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, what if you have a sexual?
No. We're talking.
What if you have a sexually active lifestyle but without getting married in the first place?
Sexually? What you mean? Just live together?
No, I mean multiple partners.
Yeah, but then you're spreading it around, aren't you? Whatever. There's no commitment. Where's the security for either of you?
I don't know.
All right, you bang a girl this weekend, and what about her? Forget her. Next weekend is another one. Just for example. What about that poor girl? What if 9 months later she's having your baby?
Just make sure it doesn't happen.
There's no guarantees in this life. There. That's why you have so many unwanted pregnancies. That's why you have so many abortions. That's why you have the morning after pills.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from. What's
right. Not just that. I want to continue sexual morality because you challenged it. So I want to put it to bed so you know. Okay, I'll say it again to you. Listen. What happens when someone has an affair in a marriage? Usually it breaks down.
Yes.
Which then causes a broken family.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, is a problem straight away. Then you have children in a broken family, torn between their mum and their dad.
Yeah.
All right. Then they might have step-parents who may turn out to be not love them as much as their natural parents would. Yeah. Then, if you look at the statistics of people in prison, I think something like 70% were from broken homes.
I'm not. Yeah, that sounds very true.
I would say, and I think if you look at the statistics of how many people in prison were under the influence of alcohol or drugs when they committed their crime, or for the purpose of drugs when they committed their crime, again you will see that will reinforce that also. Yeah. So what we got now? We got the drugs, the alcohol, the gambling. Now, if you want to challenge gambling, we can go with
challenge gambling.
Right. The sexual immorality and interest dealings.
That's debatable.
Challenge it? Okay, challenge it. Okay, Africa is in debt because of interest.
The World Bank and the IMF fucked them over, yes.
Completely?
Yes.
Okay, not just that. Look at Wonga loans, payday loans, yeah? People, and this is how it all marries up with gambling. People gamble. They've got no money. They go and take a payday loan. Yeah, they use that money, gamble with, lose that money. When they get their wages...
Okay, that's a fair point.
Alhamdulillah.
You need to take into account what incentive do individuals who have a large stockpile of cash have to lend their money in the first place if they know they're not going to make a profit out of it. I can understand a system in which a central bank issues money with interest on top of it, because then statistically you have more debt than you have the money supply, which inevitably creates a bubble and inevitably leaves somebody completely fucked over, because statistically, like I said before, there's less money than actual debt.
Well, we know that.
So, but my question is, what if you had a system in place where
What if you had a system in place? Okay, 1 second.
Go on.
So we've just discovered 5 poisons within society.
Yes.
Now, we as people need guidance in life. We need rules. Yeah, we need to be shown the right way.
Yeah.
All right. I have children. I have a 6-year-old. I have a 13-year-old. The 6-year-old has to be told things a 13-year-old doesn't need to be told.
Yeah.
Because she's learned. All right. So I guide my 6-year-old. My 13-year-old will guide my 6-year-old also. I will guide my 13-year-old. Who guides me?
Yeah.
Who guides me? It's a question.
Who guides you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. Who do I look to guide me? I have to look to someone above me, isn't it now? So I look to the people who run my country.
Yeah.
I look to my government. Those are the people who I should look for guidance for. Because they've been elected to represent me. They should know what's best for me and what's bad for me, isn't it?
Unfortunately, the incentives go on.
Right? No, but that's who I should be looking to.
Yeah.
And what did they say about these 5 poisons?
They encourage them quite fairly.
So now I have people I should take guidance from who are encouraging me to engage in poisons which are corrupting the society.
Yeah.
So is that good for society or bad for society?
I suppose it's bad.
Of course it is. Now the amazing thing about Islam...
Please don't try to make this a conversion thing, because I'm not really interested.
Conversion?
Well, in case you are.
Conversion?
Never mind. I retract my previous statements.
Thank you. Okay. This is why I'm convinced. Remember the word belief? Convinced?
Yes.
Okay, alhamdulillah. As a Muslim, alhamdulillah, I'm prohibited from those 5 poisons. Now it's amazing how 1400 years ago we got guidance from what claimed to be the creator of the universe, guiding us, and it just so happens that that guidance protects us today in the 21st century from all the poisons that you're subject to, that you could become a victim of. See, I can never, ever, 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 alhamdulillah, become a victim of alcoholism or drug addiction, ever.
For the record, just because
Alhamdulillah.
it's capable of, just because somebody consumes a drug or consumes
No, we didn't say that.
It's not necessarily mean.
Didn't say that.
I know you didn't say that.
What did I say? I said I.
But you did somewhat imply.
No, I didn't. You could be an alcoholic sometime. You could be.
That's true. So
I
could you,
can.
though?
I can never be.
Actually, no. What if you?
I can't be.
There's still a chance you can consume alcohol despite.
No. You're missing the point.
I'm not.
If I follow my guidance, I can never be a victim of alcohol.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. That's the difference. So I'm taking a guidance on board that protects me from the poisons that you're a potential victim of. So that tells me that whoever was behind this 1400 years ago kind of knows man better than we know ourselves. So this is why for me Islam is why I'm convinced it's the best thing for everybody.
Unfortunately, I'm kind of a fan of usury. That's the problem.
You're a victim of it.
No, I like the idea.
You like the idea of third world debt?
No, I like the idea of issuing debt to actually finance companies and startups.
Oh, okay. Have you ever heard of Islamic finance?
Yeah, it's basically just usury but with a different name.
Why did you say that?
Well, very simple. Instead of charging interest, you charge a flat fee.
What was the difference between interest and flat fee?
There isn't. That's the
Oh, okay. What's the difference between interest and profit?
Well, profit is just basically revenue minus costs, whereas interest, on the other hand, is just the amount you charge for a certain amount lent.
So explain to me Murabaha finance.
Sorry?
Explain to me Muraba Islamic mortgage.
I don't know specifically, but apparently it's just
Apparently, according to what?
I don't know. I learned it in my class sometime from my teacher. Apparently, it just simply entails issuing.
Is your
debt.
teacher Muslim?
I don't know what he was.
Well, why are you taking their explanation of the word Murabaha?
Okay, you give me your explanation then.
Well, you've already made a claim about it. You said it's interest in another name.
Well, yeah, isn't it a flat fee?
Do you know what interest means?
It's the amount you charge for debt.
Money borrowed
Yeah.
that makes a profit.
Yeah.
Just for the money.
Well, isn't Islamic finance the same thing?
No.
And if not, tell me why.
Okay. The unsecured loans is a bit more technical. It's about buying commodity. Okay. With regards to the property version, I'll give you the Murabaha. Okay. Murabaha is, let's say, for example, you want to buy a property. And the property is £200,000.
Okay.
And you come to me, I'm the Islamic bank, and say, look, I want to buy a property, it's £200,000. And we'll say, okay, we'll buy the house for you, £200,000, we'll sell it to you for £300,000. Well, you don't have to pay us straight away. You can pay the money over 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah, 180 months, which is 15 years. Okay, pay a deposit down now. Where's the interest?
Sorry. Well, I mean, you said you want to charge
You're gonna buy a house.
Okay.
£200,000.
Okay.
So say he's selling the house, £200,000.
Okay.
And you come to me and say, I want to buy that house. We'll buy the house. Okay. So the bank now owns the house.
Okay.
We're going to sell it you for £300,000. But you don't have to pay us straight away.
Oh.
We're going to divide it over 180 months, which is 15 years. And by the end of 15 years, property's yours. And by that time,
isn't that practically the same thing?
no. This is how it's not. You want to buy a house, £200,000.
Yeah.
You come to me on the bank. Yeah? And you say, I want to buy that house, £200,000. You say, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll lend you the money. We'll lend you the money.
Yeah.
So you then put a deposit down and give it to your solicitor. The bank then gives the money to the solicitor, and then they buy the house. Yeah, a charge gets put on the property by the lender. But as far as the bank is concerned, they've just lent you money, mate. Yeah, and you're repaying that money with extra on top.
Yeah.
Right.
How's that?
All right. The difference is with the Murabaha finance, you never borrow any money.
But then it's just usury under a different.
No, you can't pay usury if you don't borrow any money.
But somebody else borrowed the money. Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean now. The bank is the one buying the house.
Yeah.
But it's still.
If you've not borrowed any money, you can't pay interest.
Then what's the practicality of being against usury? What's the point of being against it?
Okay. Against usury?
Yeah, what's
okay, practicality against usury, just look at one payday loans for one, of what the problem it's causing. Look at third world debt, stuck in interest.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what if you used Murabaha?
People, look, this, I read something, Murabaha model. Yeah, how can you?
What if you apply the Murabaha model to...
How can you? So, I want to go buy that car for 10,000, oh no, the car might work. Let's say you want to go to Debenhams and buy a jacket for 100 quid.
Let's not change the subject entirely.
No, it's the same principle. Because usury comes into store cards, debit cards, credit cards, it's all the same thing. It's not just mortgages, that's just one part of it.
Oh, so you're basically stating...
The whole usury system.
Oh, okay, so I get what you mean. So
in Islam...
So you're saying the use of credit should be restricted to certain...
In Islam, we cannot pay interest or receive it. Because here's what you got to understand, you see.
I'm still struggling why Islam prohibits the use of usury if it's just simply interest, just in a different form.
Because it's not.
It seems like it though.
No, it can't be.
You're charging for the use of a bank's finance.
No.
You're being charged.
No, you're selling, buying your property off the bank.
But one way or the other, you're still using the bank's finance.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're buying a property.
You are not personally, but one way or the other.
But that's not usury.
But one way or the other.
Usury is money borrowed. No,
I understand the difference between money borrowed.
No. Where do you understand usury? How do you understand it?
Just simply the use of interest, pure and simple.
Right. No, how does Islam teach it?
Sorry?
How does Islam teach it?
I don't know where you're coming from now.
Oh, okay. I'm a Muslim.
Go on.
We are told as Muslims, money borrowed that makes a profit is riba and haram. All right? So I can't borrow money off you.
Is the bank making a 50%
no,
profit?
But I'm not borrowing any money off the bank.
But the bank is still making a profit.
But I'm not. Profits halal. Money. Listen to the word. Listen to the key words. Money borrowed.
Yeah.
Money borrowed.
Then you guys are just trying.
No. What we're doing is not borrowing money.
Yeah, you're just using a loophole.
No, not at all.
Yes, you are.
No, it's not at all.
No, you're basically stating, oh, okay, God prohibits money. Okay, then.
God doesn't prohibit money.
No.
God prohibits people borrowing money and making profit on that money.
But isn't the bank making a profit on that money?
No.
It just made a £100,000 profit in that house.
Off the property. Not off the money. If you borrow £200,000 off the bank and you have to pay the bank £250,000 back, that's riba. That's usury. Because you borrowed £200,000 and pay £250 back when you only borrowed £200,000.
Okay, I just want to understand. Why are you guys against usury? What do you find bad about it? Let's take the mortgage context. I mean...
No, I won't. I'll say to you again. If you only have to look at the victims of usury, this country is swimming in credit card debt.
That's true.
Swimming in it.
Okay,
we only have to look at people who lose their houses because of it, end up on the streets because of it.
Okay.
Listen, understand one thing. Before I was a Muslim, I was a financial advisor. I was a mortgage advisor. Yeah? So this is my field. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about. And when the day I became a Muslim was the day I stopped being a mortgage advisor.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah. Listen, brother, you have to forgive me. I need to pray. I haven't prayed my ass off.
By all means.
But it's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. Very nice to meet you. I hope you learned something today.
I have.
What did you learn?
Well, I understand the 5 prohibitions of
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. And did you agree those 5 poisons that destroy society?
The first four, yes. The usury part, I still don't understand.
All right, even though I just said to you this country's swimming in credit card debt.
I don't particularly mind that.
But when the people start losing their houses, losing their cars, when they can't feed their kids, when they can't pay their heating bills, then what? Because they're paying back the interest, then what?
Well, I'd imagine there'd be some degree of social change, which I'm optimistic will actually be for the better in the long
So
term.
you don't believe there are people of usury today?
Sorry?
Victims of interest? No?
Personally, I like the... Well, the thing is, how are you meant to...
Do you like the way that...
how are you meant to incentivise...
do you like the way that Africa's kept in debt because of interest?
Not at all.
So why don't they just forgive them the interest?
Well, the fact of the matter is, interest was also charged for Europe during the Marshall Plan, but the interest was reasonable.
Why did they not? Why did they not forgive them?
No, the reason why they didn't forgive them is because it's in the geopolitical interest of the American and the European sphere of influence to actually keep Africa at war.
Of course. Right. Now, if they couldn't deal in interest, they couldn't do that, could they?
No, they couldn't.
There you go. So a good idea not to have interest is what Africa couldn't be kept in that situation.
Okay.
Right.
Until next
Remember one thing: you can't be selfish and always think about yourself. You have to think about other people.
Modern idea of capitalism, you think the two go hand in hand.
You just said it. Africa couldn't be kept in subjugation if it wasn't for interest. You said it. Your words.
We fasten Ramadan, Hajj are
Yeah. You want
no God but Allah. And Muhammad is his final messenger. The ones on thee know it's a sacrifice, but it's a small price to pay for all the rewards we'll get from Allah. Inshallah.
They wanna know about Islam, we'll give them da'wah. They wanna know what a Muslim does, we'll give them da'wah. When they wanna hate on our deen, we'll give them da'wah. Who's the one and only? Nobody but Allah.